Hello Himani, welcome to my YouTube channel and to anyone who's watching this video. Please warmly welcome Himani. Himani is a terrific social media manager. She's a full-time mom and a part-time freelancer, and today she is here to share her journey of freelancing, how she got started, all the struggles she faced. Because I remember Himani used to attend quite a few live calls and talk to me about everywhere she's getting stuck. And then now, after overcoming those struggles, she's making six figures as a freelancer. So it's been quite a journey. Am I right, Himani?
Yes, it's been quite a journey. It's been full of ups and downs.
All right. We are very interested in the ups, but we are also very interested in the downs because I think that is where people need the most guidance. So we are going to talk about your journey, how you get clients, what worked for you, what didn't, and basically make social media management or marketing as a career easier to enter for anyone who's watching this interview. So are you ready to get started?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. And how would you introduce yourself to the viewers, by the way? I've given you a very small introduction, but how do you introduce yourself?
Yeah, okay. So everyone who's listening, I'm Himani. I'm a social media manager and strategist. And I'm also a mom. My toddler is 4 years old now, and I do freelancing part-time. I started my journey in January, and here I am.
January of 2021, by the way.
Yes. So it's been a year.
It's been almost a year. So, Himani, what did the last whole year look like? When did you actually start getting clients? Because you joined us early. However, you did struggle with getting clients for some time. So, would you please give us a summary of your journey as a freelancer?
Yeah, okay. So when I started with ads. So I was studying ads, but then after 2 months, I realized that ads is not my thing because it was too complicated. Also, the course that I took for ads, uh, I fell for the price. So it was a 2,000 rupee course. I took it, but there was no support inside that course. So it was a completely self-paced course. So I gave up on ads then after 2 months, and then I went on to organic social media management because I thought that it was easy. It would be easy to start with something basic. So I thought I'll work my way up and let's start with organic management first. So I took another course in social media management this time. And then after 2 months, after 2 to 3 months, I got my first client. So I think it was in June that I got my first client. And before that, I was literally struggling to get clients. It wasn't an easy journey for me. I remember I used to reach out to people. I used to be so vulnerable. I used to reach out to people asking for help, like what is working for you, because nothing seems to be working for me. But when you uploaded that sales masterclass, it literally changed my game. It changed my game. It was the only missing piece in my strategy. So when I implemented those strategies, I got clients on repeat. Now from that day, I haven't looked back. So the sales masterclass was a game changer completely.
All right. So, from June till now, you have grown a lot from your first client to your first six figures. What did that journey look like?
Well, when I got my first client, I did some more calls, and then I landed my first very, very high paying client. I worked with an Indian client also in between, but I left him after 1 month because the energy was kind of not aligning. And, he was not a bad client, but still, I it didn't feel in alignment, and I left him after 1 month. After that, I got my first very big client. Now from this client, most of my revenue comes from. After this client, I stopped prospecting for a while. I stopped prospecting because I had hit my goals, and I also didn't have that much time to work with more clients.
So, I would interrupt you here. So, what is the meaning of prospecting for a beginner? Because again, our videos are always made for absolute newbies who have no idea of prospecting.
Yeah.
So, the fact that you got a high ticket client is great. And you're saying that you stopped prospecting after that. So, what does prospecting mean? And why is prospecting important in general?
Yeah, prospecting is when you spend some time looking for clients. You look for clients on platforms like Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter, whatever platforms your audience is hanging around on. You go on that platform and you look for clients. So that is prospecting.
And why is prospecting so important? Why is consistency in prospecting so important?
It's important because you don't want to come on a plateau, because some of your clients might leave you in the middle, and you also want to grow as a freelancer. So prospecting is important for growth, and also so that you don't fall back. So that is why prospecting is very important.
All right. So when you talk about you stopping prospecting, so at least in my career, every time I've stopped prospecting, it has not looked pretty within a few months. So how did that turn out for you? Because for me, it doesn't work well.
Yeah, that's so right. That's so right. You shouldn't stop prospecting. In fact, this is what I'm realizing right now. I stopped prospecting, and after 2 months, I was like, Himani, you've reached a plateau. I realized that, I'm here. I've reached a plateau. I'm not growing any further. So even though I don't have time to work with more clients, so I'm planning another strategy where I outsource my work, and I use my the time that I have got in a day. I just get 4 hours in a day, 4 to 5 hours. So I'm thinking that I would spend that time working on the business and not in the business. So I won't work for clients. I'll rather outsource, and I will uh, get in more clients, so that the journey, so that I am in practice with things. So that is
Yeah.
also very important, that you stay in practice.
Exactly. So you cannot outsource things that you personally do not have experience in. So that is a good thing. I hope since we are catching you right now in the middle of this journey, maybe 1 or 2 years later, I would actually catch you like as a successful businesswoman with a massive agency of her own. But as of now, so you talked about getting clients, right? What do your services look like? What do you exactly do for these clients? Can you explain that in really simple terms? Because you started from scratch, right? But a lot of people think that it takes a lot of years of learning something to even get started. So what if someone wants to do exactly what you do? What do you do and how do you do it? And how can someone else also learn that?
Uh, so what I do is that I manage Instagram, LinkedIn, and Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook group for coaches. Okay. So can you please repeat your
Why
question?
do I'm going to ask the question once again, but another question. Why do coaches even need to be on these platforms? Like, why even post and why would they even hire you to post? They can post themselves, right? Why not do that?
Yeah, because they're not experts. They don't know how Instagram is grown. They don't know how LinkedIn is grown. Okay. And they also might not have the time, because again,
How
they
do
have,
you know how it's grown?
I learned it. I
How
learned
did you learn it?
that's my profession. I just keep up with the industry knowledge. I keep up
Exactly.
with industry knowledge, whatever changes are happening. So that is how you become an expert in your field, because you do that every day. So that's how you become
Exactly.
an expert.
That's exactly what I was looking for. So, how can a newbie learn all these things? I know that it's going to take them time, but can you recommend some resources and what are your personal pro tips in the process of learning? Because I think it's very easy to get started in freelancing as long as you have the skill. But how to even build that?
You see, first when you start with free resources, and you take a client who might not be that high ticket. So just get started. You work with beta clients. That's how you practice your skills. You learn from. There are many free resources. In case you don't want to go for a paid one, there are many free resources from HubSpot. And for example, in social media management, Rachel Peterson, she has a free course, so that's entirely free. So those are my two favorite resources.
I'll link them in the description below.
Yeah. So those are the free courses where you can get started. And when you work with beta clients, you gain that confidence. Gain the confidence. You apply whatever you have learned. You stack some results. You build a portfolio, and then you start looking for clients.
All right, we already have a video on how to make a portfolio, so that will be linked in this video. But talking about portfolio, how important do you think your portfolio was in landing your high ticket client?
Honestly, no one asked for my portfolio, but yes, portfolio is very important. You should have a portfolio,
So
because
you did not need a portfolio to get this client. So now this is where it gets interesting. Then how did you land this client?
when they got on a call with me, I did share it with them. Now they didn't ask for me, but I did share it with them, that
Okay.
hey, here's my link in case you want more info. So but when I got on call with them, I don't think they would have they would have seen my portfolio and seen my results, because the clients that I spoke to, they hired me on the basis of the conversation that we had, the discovery call I'm talking about. So when I spoke to them, I positioned myself as an expert. I gave solutions to their problem. I showed them that I really have the solution to your problem. So
what exactly were the like one or two of the problems, if you might discuss, because I think that's another thing that people would love to know. What, like, the problem term is a very fake term, right? So what exactly does a problem mean for a business, and what exactly does the solution look like that we provide as a marketer? Any one of them.
yeah, sure. I don't really remember what solution I gave, but one of my high ticket client, her main problem was that she was not getting engagement on her profile. So that was one of her problem. So when I got on call with her, I showed her how she can get more engagement and what we would do to get more engagement on her profile. What would the posting strategy look like? What is the content strategy? So I gave her a brief about all of that without telling how we can do it, without telling the how. I told her that what is the solution and how we would proceed in working towards getting that problem solved.
All right. And talking about engagement, can you relate how engagement and revenue are related? Because at the end of the day, we are all hired to grow revenue for our clients. So, how does engagement help in revenue in long term?
Yeah, because if you grow the audience, it's very important that they engage, because if they don't engage, you're pushed down by these platforms, you're pushed down by the algorithm. So when you have more engagement, when coaches or anyone else has more engagement on their profile, that means that you can sell to them, you can sell to those people. So you use certain copywriting strategies, and then you also send them emails. So that's how you can convert that engagement to revenue.
Exactly. And talking about your clients, especially, which of the Freelance Academy modules do you personally think helped you the most in landing the client? Apart from the masterclass, in terms of the modules, we have 5 modules. So I would love to know which one is your personal favorite.
All are my favorite, all are my favorite, because you need to develop a portfolio. Of course portfolio is important because you need to show something. So portfolio building and the Facebook strategy, because that is something that has worked very well for me. So the Facebook strategy, yes. So I would say the Facebook strategy is my favorite, and also 25 ways of landing clients and how to charge.
Last person, I believe.
Yeah, towards the end it comes. So what are some of the high ticket strategies? I think it is 10 days or 30 days to high ticket clients. I think the module, the name is that, right?
Yep.
So yeah, that is something that I have really applied, because according to, I wanted to hit my goals in 4 hours. So I just had 4 hours, so I had to work backwards and I had to do the reverse engineering. So that module also helped me a lot.
Talking about the 4 hours and reverse engineering, would you like to talk a little bit about how does it look like for you to have a good work day? For someone who's making high income, working just 4 hours a day, what are the challenges of it? Like, I am sure it's not just a cakewalk that you just sit down, work 4 hours. So what are the challenges of this kind of a lifestyle where you're a part-time freelancer?
Yeah, so some days I struggle to take out the 4 hours. Some days I'm not working, and some days I am working. So I aim to take out at least 4 hours in a day. And yes, I have to manage my time. And all of those strategies are mentioned inside the course: time management strategies and the mindset strategies, remembering your why. So all of those things motivate me to work each day. Yeah.
All right. And you talked about reverse engineering. What does that exactly mean?
Yeah, reverse engineering means that if you want to reach a particular goal, let's say you want to reach to 50,000 in a month, so you work backwards. Like if you want to reach 50,000, and you have, and if it is a side hustle for you, and you know that you can take out 4 hours or 5 hours in a day, so you plan how many clients do you need to hit that goal. So for me, for example, I had 4 hours in a day and I wanted to reach 1 lakh goal. So I made it. So I set a goal that I would charge 500 for my services, and I need 3 clients for it. So 5 into 3, I'll be easily be able to hit 1 lakh.
$500, you mean, by the way?
Yeah. I set that goal, but I got better than that.
All right, that is pretty much commendable. But yes, thank you so much for explaining reverse engineering. I think as a freelancer, instead of just making however money that comes your way, if you're more intentional with your income, you can maintain that kind of an income and have a healthy lifestyle. Because I remember when I was a little younger, I used to have huge highs and huge dips. And talking about dips, have you ever had any income dip months?
So far I haven't had a dip. I'm just
Wow, that
fearing
is
that I
amazing.
might not land into one because because my struggle, the first 6 months, that was my only struggle phase. Now I feel completely safe because all my clients are retainer clients. So so my struggles actually have rewarded me now. And
Oh, wow. I think that is very commendable because very few people would stick to working hard on something where they are not seeing results for 6 months. In fact, I myself would tell someone if something doesn't work out in 2 months, you probably need a change of strategy, or maybe you're just not cut out for this, or maybe something is going wrong. So, whereas even, and I know I myself would have quit, by the way. So, what kept you going? It's amazing that you actually overcame that, but what kept you going like through all those months? Because I'm sure you must have thought about like quitting at some point or the other.
yes, yes, I did think about quitting many times, but there's so many inspiring people inside the academy. So I would give the entire credit to the community inside, because when they posted their wins, it made me realize that it's only me who's doing something wrong. So it's something wrong that I am doing, that I'm not landing clients. So if others are landing, I should too. So I every time I used to say myself that, okay, Himani, one last time, let's try one last time. So
Wow. It's very much of a fighter spirit.
yeah. And also because I did not have a plan B. I couldn't go back to a job because I had a four years gap. So I did not have a plan B. So this was my last hope.
Yeah, there's a very motivational quote that if you have a plan B means you're not very passionate about plan A, while you are not thinking that very consciously, I believe. I think that's really worked out for you because you just did not quit. And you, as you talked about, like the success stories of some students, I do think that even for me, I find them so inspiring because in any sort of like a crowd, there are people who are getting really successful and there are people who are stuck somewhere. And if you just look at the people who are stuck, it is normal to feel that maybe I'm also meant to be stuck. So always look onwards and upwards. Like this is a thought that I think everyone feels. The market is getting stagnant,
Yes.
saturation point, and all of that, like negative things that we know that exist in businesses. But
Yeah.
even I like look at the high scorers or the top performers and keep myself motivated that if they can do it, why am I obsessed over like the things that are not working out? I'm sure I can do it too. But honestly, I think you have been much more successful than me in keeping yourself positive because 6 months is a long time. And I'm so glad that you have not had an income dip. And I hope that it only keeps on growing and growing because you deserve the word like for staying consistent through that period.
Yeah, also because I would like to say that I was not clear on my skills, so that was also one thing, because I did ads and then I left it, and some days I didn't get time to work on it. So that was also a factor, that I had less time during the day. Sometimes I don't even get these 4 hours that I aim to work. So that is also one thing,
Yeah,
that
it's
skills was my
amazing.
problem.
It's amazing that you also have clarity on your skill. So, how did you get the clarity? Ki, this skill is not for me. That skill might work out better. Did you like know intuitively, or is it just trial and error for you?
No, it wasn't trial and error, but so I realized that I selected a wrong niche in the beginning, because ads is something that takes time, because you need to get results also for your clients. And once you get the results, only then you can hit better clients, right? So you need to have results to show, because people ask for results in ads. And also, when I was doing ads, I realized that it requires much more time than I have right now.
Yeah,
So
constant monitor, especially in the starting, though, it is much more time consuming. Once you get winning ad sets, it's easy to scale. But
yes.
in the very beginning, it's very hard to like set things up and make sure a campaign is successful. So I can understand that. So it's terrific that I think anyone watching this needs to remember that it's very likely that the very first skill you choose, unless it's like a very basic skill, it's very likely that things may not work out for you. That doesn't mean that you are not cut out for this. It's just
Yeah.
that the subject you chose in like academic terms was wrong for you. So I think that awareness has helped you a lot in also scaling your income goals. So now talking about scaling income goals, what is your current action plan to scale your income? I'm sure you want to scale your income. You talked about outsourcing work. So what are your current thoughts about like your next steps? Where does Himani want to be in 2023?
Uh, I want to hit 10K, $10K. That's my goal. So now I have to make a plan, because that's a big goal. So I want to look for clients consistently. I stopped for a while, so I want to resume all of that now. um, and I want to learn some high paying skills, because organic is, I've done much of organic, and I also have idea how paid marketing is done. So now I want to learn paid marketing. How is paid marketing done? I want to learn high paying skills so that it would be easy to hit 10K.
10K USD per month would be almost like 7 lakhs a month. And I think it's easier to reach that goal with 2000 and $2,500 packages.
Yes.
And usually, while that kind of packages, it's a little hard to have them on retainer. It is definitely like the way to go, because with $500, it's almost like you'll not be able to scale, to be honest. Like,
Yes, because with organic marketing, 1,000 is the maximum, 1,000, 1,200 is the maximum for organic. Otherwise, you'll have to add on more skills, and that would be a lot of work. So if you want to scale to 10K, then you have to learn some high paying skills.
Yeah, and I'm sure that you will be able to do that. And I'm hoping that when you do that, we are also again able to have a chat. And talking about scaling, how do you help your clients scale their business if you do?
Yeah, so right now I'm learning those strategies. So email marketing is something that I want to add, because when you do a lot of copywriting and you send them emails, even in organic marketing, when you do email marketing, you're able to have successful launches and all of that. So all of those things I am learning right now.
No, what I'm trying to ask is that when you onboard a client, I'm sure like one of the major purposes of their marketing endeavors is to scale their business. So
Yes.
what does that process look like? Like, how do you try to aid them in that process?
Yeah, because see, when a client gets more engagement, like you said, how engagement helps in revenue, so it's the same thing. So when they get more audience, they get more engagement, and we do a lot of copywriting. So recently my client said that she made more sales. So even though we are not having some targeted strategies for that, a lot of copywriting and the perfect posts, and in stories also we do a lot of copywriting, so that gets her more website tabs, and that means more sales, more enrollments in her programs.
All right. So there are like certain metrics that you're focusing on. Sales is usually a result of that, right? Like website tabs in this case.
Yes, yes, yes.
I think that was an insight I wanted, because a lot of people don't exactly understand how does social media management help business owners. So basically, social media managers are actually helping businesses get more eyeballs. Of course, if more people are aware of your product and if they are the right people, they will buy it, product or service, whatever. In this case, it's a service, right? You are serving coaches. Yes. So I think that is one level of awareness people need, because it's not just the service we need to think about, but also who is getting served in this case.
Yes. Right.
All right. Another question that I have is that what are like some downs that you have had? What are some things that just made you feel really bad, apart from like some wrong skill that you chose, or the things that you've already spoken of? Like, what have been some downs for you?
Some downs for me, I really, it has been a great journey. I really haven't had any downs after that. So like I said, that all my struggle I faced in the
Not even a bad client.
no, not even a black.
Wow.
My clients, in fact, I would
All
like to say that
freelancers are going to be so jealous of you. They're going to be so jealous.
so good. My clients, I just landed one client who was Indian. Uh, he was also not bad, but then that project was consuming so much energy out of me. So I think that was the only bad thing I faced, because I had a problem leaving him, because he was not ready to leave me. So that was the only problem I faced. Otherwise, I did not face any problem. My clients are so good, they're so nice, they respect my boundaries, they don't ask for 100 edits, and they appreciate my work more than anything else, and they're so mindful about my time. So my clients have been very good.
From becoming the Himani that you were a year or two ago to who you are right now, a freelancer, what are some major beliefs or skill changes that have happened within you that you are proud of, mindset, skills, etc.?
Yeah. So initially, I was struggling to charge high. So, that was a shift that came in me, because initially I was just a 300 350, because I just wanted to land a client. But with all the resources that you have inside the price list and everything, and also because of the community, how they were landing clients, so it really helped me upscale. Also the strategy that you teach inside, that with every client you should raise your price. So in terms of that mindset of increasing your prices, so that was very helpful. So that was the shift that I brought in myself. I increased the prices with every client, and I increased on a very rapid pace.
All right. That is actually very good. I think a lot of people think too much before increasing their rates. As long as you can justify the rate increase and you're doing a good job, I think it's going to be completely fine. And I'm so happy that we could have this quick chat about your journey, about all the things that worked for you, about all the struggles you've had, especially being someone who is as busy as you and still making things work for you. I think this is so inspiring for women in general who are trying to get back on track. So, do you have any personal message to maybe a woman who's watching this, who had a career before or has a career right now, just not a very fulfilling one, and maybe she is looking to lead a life like you, one that fulfills her, where she has enough time for family and still she's making enough money to buy things that she wants, and basically wants to be successful on her own terms? What will be your message to her as someone who has been there, faced that struggle, and overcome it?
Yeah, so I would like to say to all the women who either want to take a shift or they want to restart their career, like, this is your best bet. I would like to say that this is your best bet, because like me, I just work 4 hours a day and still I'm able to spend time with my family and take care of my child. So this really is a very good option for a woman who's looking to leave the job or either start a new business, because you get to work with international clients and they're very respectful of boundaries. So you'll easily be able to do the work. If even if you take 4 hours in a day, you'll easily be able to do the client work, and also you'll be able to do some prospecting and also upskilling. So you'll be able to do all the things very easily, even if you spend 4 to 5 hours. And if you have 9 hours, it means that would be great if you have 9 hours. But yes, this is the best option out there.
All right. By this, you mean freelancing or social media management?
Freelancing
In general.
Freelancing in general, yeah, because people might choose a different niche, right? Content writing also. In content writing, people are making lakhs of money, and copywriting means all the niches are great. So just choose your perfect niche wherever you think you can fit. Choose that niche and just get started.
All right. And lastly, what would your advice be for a beginner who's watching this interview right now and they are very inspired by your journey, no matter where they come from, but they are feeling a little hesitant about what the next step should be? What should be the next step?
Okay. So the advice I would like to give to any newbie is that just give yourself the time. Don't rush through the process like I did. I tried to rush through the process and I ended up doing things in a wrong way. So don't be like me, and give yourself the time. Give yourself the time, and don't compare yourself to anyone else, because when you compare, you get overwhelmed. So I was in a situation where I was completely overwhelmed and I did not know what was happening around me in my house. I had no clue. I was in a terrific situation. So don't try to move too fast. That's my, from my experience, I would like to say this. Then don't try to rush too fast. Don't compare yourself to anyone else. And if others got client before you, that does not mean that that you won't be able to get clients, and that doesn't impact in the longer run. So give yourself time and don't compare yourself to anyone else.
Yes, that is such a good advice. Yeah. So I think the people who get the clients within like a week or two are only the tip of the iceberg of the people
Yes.
who get into freelancing. I think majority of them are in somewhere in the middle where like it's like a 1 month, 2 month. And then there are some people for whom it takes like over 2, 3 months. And you actually like fall in that category. And very few people actually are even able to make it into that category because, as I said, people quit before that. So, but if you can waste like years on a degree that doesn't make enough money, like freelancing is definitely going to make you good amount of money as long as you find the right fit for you.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so I think you're the literal definition of slow but steady, wins the race.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy that you are doing so well in freelancing. Thank you so much for sharing your journey with me, with all our viewers today. And thank you so much for being so honest about your journey, all the things that were good and the bad. And I hope that anyone watching this who has heard about the resources we mentioned, all of the resources will be in the description. Himani's socials will also be in the description if you want to stay connected with her, if you want to know more about her thoughts and what she works on, so that you can be more regular in staying in touch with her. I guess she's pretty cool to hang around.
Yeah, sure. Sure.
And I hope that you will be serious about freelancing in general. And for that, you have my channel and you have Freelance 101 Academy, and we have all master classes that we help our students with as well. And yeah, thank you so much for watching this video till the end. If you watch this till the end, I'm sure this has been a very exciting conversation. And thank you so much for bringing your honest, raw, bubbly personality here, Himani.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Saili. Thank you for having me.
And I'll see you with another interview or a video probably by next week. I'm trying to be more consistent. Until then, bye-bye.
Bye.